Hey guys, so this is me, Charlie, and this is my 11-week video on testosterone. I'm gonna show you how I do my leg injections. It's not usually how they have you do it, but it works for me, and it's the least painful spot on my leg. So I talked to my therapist already about it, and she said it's completely fine where I'm doing it, so I'm not really causing any harm to myself. So. Yeah, sorry if you hear some weird background noise. The ferrets are out and enjoying themselves. So here. This is Cooperstein. I don't know if you guys met. He's a little bit purple right now, if you can see that. Yep, bye. And Polly's over here chilling. She's not doing too hot right now, so. There you go. Anyway. Yeah, so, let me talk about changes before I start doing this. So, as for changes, I know my acne is getting better because I've been using some really hardcore medication. I don't know if you can really see that's clindamycin phosphate. I got this a couple years ago, but it still is functional. So, and I've been getting a lot hairier, especially my stomach region, and my hair on my arms is feeling a lot coarser and getting darker. I've actually, this is really exciting, I've actually noticed a couple black hairs come in. Yeah, I'm gonna be typical. But you can't see them, but they're right there. It's a whole little cluster of them. I can see them in the mirror, but not in there. Whatever. And down in here it's getting a lot coarser. And I've gotten 2 over here, but I have 5 or 6 on this side. So, yeah, I am getting a little bit of chest hair, which is kind of weird, but I don't really care that much. It's not that big of a deal to me. And let's see, I don't think there's really anything else. I fell into a creek the other day. Kind of funny story, but, I didn't get really hurt. I got a couple scratches and stuff. My friend Betta actually is the one who got, I was the one who fell into, the most deep part of the creek, but, every other part of the creek was up to your ankle, but the one I fell in was, up to my belly button. So, all my electronics are fine, which I was really surprised that my cell phone completely dunked in the water. I pulled it out. Nothing was wrong with it. My friend Betta accidentally dropped her camera in when she was trying to get my shoe that fell in. And her camera's completely dead. I felt so bad for that, but, hopefully her warranty covers it. So yeah, so now it's time for the show, my full-on shot. So, this is my little amazing vial of testosterone. So it says I'm taking 200 milligrams, but I'm probably only taking 100 because I'm taking half the dose I should be taking. And let me see, and the needles I use a 35 millimeter gauge for drawing it out, and I use a, 25 gauge to inject. So yeah, let me see, and of course, gotta have this little alcohol swab. They call it. Get cozy. Okay. So, of course, you have to wash your hands, which I have already done. So, and I'm going to do this on my left thigh. Let me see if I should put the camera in a good spot. Should be fine. Okay. So here, I'm going to start drawing it out. And the way you draw it out is, actually, no. I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself. So you want to take the alcohol swab that you should be given with your testosterone. And you clean the top of the vial. So, and you clean the spot that you're going to be injecting. So, and what you want to do is you want to clean a decent size around where you're actually going to be injecting. So it's a lot better. So, here, you can't really see that, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'll show you when I move the camera. I found out that the most painless spot is if you poke around on your leg. It's here. Let me actually show you this part. If you can see that too well. There you go. If you poke around on your leg, you could find the most painless spot. It's supposed to be doing it right in here, but I moved up a little bit, doing it right in here, so it's more of my hip. But it's a lot less painful to me. So you take your alcohol swab, do that, all that good stuff. So now you've got that done, you want to start drawing your needle. There it is. Okay. So, got the needle. It's capped. Of course, I always recommend keeping it capped unless you're actually injecting. So, do this, and what you do is you want to pull past where you actually, but past your prescription. So, because you can only pull out as much as you put in, so, of the vial. So you pull out, I usually go a little bit past a half, so I do 0.25. So you go in here, and then you put it in. Usually goes a little smoother than this, but I think it's the nerves. I'm doing this on video. You want to make sure that it's under the liquid. I know it makes kind of sense. It makes more sense. There you go. You push in all the way, then you pull out, and you're going to have a few air bubbles, but that's going to get fixed in a second. And I usually pull to where I had it before. And then you cap the larger needle. This is all about subcutaneous injections, by the way. I totally forgot to do this. You want to make sure all your needles are unwrapped, by the way. So you put that on with the cap still on, and then you pull the cap off. Then you want to put this back in here. This is just the way I did it to make sure there's no air bubbles. It's not that big of a deal if you do get air bubbles because it's only subcutaneous, but still, it's a good practice to get into. So yep, you push it in all the way. You might have a little bit of difficulty because you didn't pull any air out as well. So you want to push it in, and I usually go to the second or the third or fourth line, which is 0.25, which is my prescription. And now there are no air bubbles in there, if you can see. So yeah. So it's now time for the fun part. So yeah. So I got my spot on my leg, right here. So just want to push in. There you go. And then just inject. There we go. I get really quiet when I do this because I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to needles and whatnot. There we go. Okay, and then you just want to massage the area for a bit so it doesn't get, so none of the liquid sits in there. So yeah, that was my 11 week, and I hope you guys didn't get too freaked out by the needle. I usually can't watch other people shoot on videos, so, but when I started T, I found that watching videos of people shooting up was a lot, it helped me a lot when it came to finding out how to, how and where I'm able to do my shots. So, usually my least painful spot is on my butt. I've talked about this before. So far I've done pretty much every injection site except for my back of my arms, and the back of the arms just kind of, it just doesn't seem like it'd be that functional. So, because I've got a decent amount of muscle, not that much, so it's not that fatty. At least I try not to think of it like that. So yeah. And plus, on my leg, I don't really bleed that much, unless, I move the needle when it's inside a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, the place that I usually bleed the most is my stomach, for sure. So, yeah, well, I hope you guys have a great Friday, rest of the Friday, or whenever you watch this. So, yeah, good luck to everyone who's out there, and I hope that the end of their semester will be going well. I know mine's coming to an end pretty soon, so, yeah. Talk to you guys later, and peace out.